Dogecoin to the moon. What's up, YouTube community, and welcome to InvestDesk, your #1 channel for investing in cryptocurrency with daily updates, news, and forecasts. My name is Syed, and we are going to take a look at the live price chart of Dogecoin and what is going to drive Dogecoin all the way up to $1 in the coming months and so. So we are going to take a look at several things. I did a stream yesterday. We talked about several areas, but more importantly, a few updates that I'd like to talk about and share. So we're going to take a look at the price. So first, let's quickly jump on the price and see where Dogecoin is and how it's performing or has been performing since the last couple of days. There was a big dip yesterday where it went all the way down to 0.41, and a lot of us bought. It was a great time to buy. But once again, the price is back up to about 0.055, and I've been streaming almost every day, and you'll notice that the price has been stabilizing at 0.05, okay, which is great because this shows the strength of the actual currency as it moves forward. So it tries to go back down, but still it pushes back up to the same levels, and that's at 0.055. So what that tells us is that the trend, of course, is in the upward direction, and that's important. So we'll take a look at what Dogecoin is. So let's do a daily update on the Dogecoin. So if you like this, hit the like button, and of course subscribe, and helps the channel out a lot. So before we talk about Dogecoin, let's talk about market crashes, right? And market corrections, and what the difference is between the two, and how it can save you a lot of money. So if you know how long the market correction lasts, then you don't have to worry about your actual stocks being down, okay? So, and let's talk about why you should have certain portfolio in cash also, okay? So when there's a market correction, you can keep buying more stocks and average down your costs. And average down in your cost is huge, and I did a stream a couple of days ago in depth, okay? So you may want to use, if you want to buy Dogecoin, for example, or any other cryptocurrency, you can check out different exchanges like Robinhood, and I have a link in the description. You can take a look at that, or you can do Webull, or there are other platforms as well. So I'm not like promoting any, but you can just go check them out if that kind of helps, right? Or of course you can put a comment here, just ask, which is I use all of them, by the way, okay? So I have multiple platforms that I use, and no one is better than the other, but each one of them have their own important features, like Binance, for example, right? So yesterday Elon Musk tweeted about Doge all day, Doge all night, right? And I talked about that in depth also, and how that kind of pans out with Dogecoin as we move forward in time. So the idea is that when we talk about Dogecoin, right? So if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And where's my jar? I'm going to bring that subscriber jar here. It really helps. All right. So we're talking about the price predictions, right? And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. It's just my own personal research that I share, and I share the knowledge, okay? So I'm going to be giving out, we're going to be doing some sweepstakes a little moving forward with the community, and especially individuals who are working with Dogecoin, okay? So, and that's what we're looking at. All right, so yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. There we go. Perfect. All right, so I want to talk about detail as to what Dogecoin is and how it works. And of course, we build a portfolio ourselves. We keep our average costs down, and that's the strategies that we discuss here, okay? So, and if you have a good portfolio, whether it's a long-term portfolio or a short-term, this is the right channel for you, where you get a lot of information. So Dogecoin is up 0.55. It went all the way up to 6 cents, and Elon Musk just sends a tweet out and goes from 4 to 6. And that's really the power of Elon Musk. Just keep that in mind. And he's been advocating Dogecoin, right? And also Square bought a whole bunch of it, which helps Dogecoin go up, right? So if you look at Ethereum, it was yesterday was down, but it's back to about back up almost 2%. But really Dogecoin is the one that's really been back up, so almost 10%, right, so far. So it's still holding steady at 0.055. And if you compare it to Ethereum, it's going up, and then Bitcoin is about 49,000, right? So if you're an owner of, let's say, other cryptocurrency like Ripple, and they don't sell off, but you want to hold it, but maybe you want to buy it at the dips, and that's a strategy I've been talking about, and of course I use it myself, where you buy low and then you either hold or you sell. Okay, so, and that's really what drives the average cost down. Okay, and if you look at the chart of Dogecoin, it's doing the same thing, right? Okay, so it's low and you want to buy it here, and then you want to hold it. And of course there's certain individuals who use the strategy of pumping and dumping, and that's fine too. But really the idea is that Dogecoin is becoming more and more available on different sites where people are using it. It's been using in charities, more people holding on to Dogecoin. It's being accepted in communities all across the globe, right? As the market cap increases of Dogecoin, it's worth more money, right? So if these institutions end up buying it and accepting it, you can see a huge increase in price of Dogecoin. Okay, so think about it. Tesla bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, right? And that's what Elon Musk did. So the idea is that these currencies are becoming mainstream, right? So and Tesla may even buy more. Okay, so just in the $50,000 range of Bitcoin made $1 billion when they bought it at around $30,000. So if they buy it again and they make an announcement on Twitter, well, they're gonna send Bitcoin to maybe $60,000, $70,000, right? Instantly. So, and I can see all cryptos, including Dogecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, if institutions are buying more of it. And when mutual funds, by the way, jump into it, every single crypto will go up, right? And Bitcoin going to either $100,000 or $150,000, and that's what the forecasts are from different analysts. Okay, so Elon Musk says that Dogecoin is literally going to the moon in one of his latest tweets that we talked about yesterday. And of course he's buying coins for his infant son, which took the price almost 1,000% since January. So what's happening here is that this is definitely in the long run. Okay, not just 1 day, 2 days, but look at where the price was in January, fraction of pennies, right? And then now it's like 5 cents, which means if you look at just a month and a half worth of return, that's over 1,000%. So if we're actually looking at, or Elon Musk is looking at, going up to Mars, for example, in the next 2 to 3 years or 5 years, well, Dogecoin may become the currency, and we're still pushing it to become the people's currency anyways. And that's what's happening when we talk about, Dogecoin as being people's currency. Okay, so and that's the idea. Okay, all right, let's take a look at some of the comments that are coming in. All right, so Jeremiah has a question. Welcome. Yeah, go ahead. Sure, you can definitely ask any question you like. All right, so we're talking about Dogecoin, and I'm going to share some other portfolios as we move forward. I promised yesterday where I'm going to be talking about building a portfolio and what is the best strategy in building your own portfolios as you move forward, and what kind of different coins or cryptocurrencies you can hold, and the strategies moving forward as to when to buy and hold or when to buy and sell. So depending on how much time you spend, whether you're an active trader or you're just holding it for the long run, or you can have a mix of these strategies, right? So you can have a mix of both strategies, long term, short term, and of course pumping and dumping. So depending on your own, of course, requirements and where you want to go with whatever funds that you've invested. Okay, but for myself personally, of course, there's a portfolio that I hold for long term, there's a portfolio that is a short term gains, and then of course there's a portfolio for buying and selling or active trading. Okay, so again, that's typical, but majority of especially with Dogecoin, for example, I have it for the long run. I believe it's super undervalued at this point in time. It's only 5 cents as compared to Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other coins that are out there, and it's holding steady. It's going strong. It has a lot of support. Companies actually are not only talking about it but trying to implement it, and I've been following petitions for Amazon, by the way. People are petitioning Amazon to use it, and there's over, if you go to change.org and kind of find it, search for it, you will see that over 100,000 people are actually interested in having Amazon start to accept Dogecoin, right, as one of the payments. I don't know whether it's going to happen or not. Well, we don't know, but that's the idea, is that this is one of those currencies that is branded, right, as people's currency, and that's what's happening as we move forward with this particular currency, Dogecoin. And that's the reason, one of the reasons why the price is kind of holding up nicely too. Okay, so it's not going all the way down. There was a correction yesterday, of course, where all cryptocurrency was down, and that's really what drove everything down yesterday, and that was a perfect time to buy. And of course, myself and others included, I'm sure you bought it at that price, and it's back up again, 2.55. So in this live chart, the idea is that we navigate and we see our weekly returns, and then we also talk about our monthly returns, and of course long-term returns. So if you look at a week's worth of time, which is still a few days to come, we'll do a recap on Friday evening, where we're going to take a look at how Dogecoin prices went from Monday through Friday, and then we'll see how it's gonna pan out for the entire week, and that'll give you an understanding of where Dogecoin stands, and even with the market correction, how Dogecoin stabilizes and keeps the price stabilized. Okay, all right, so let's take a look at some of these comments that are coming in. What do we have? Yeah, Dogecoin to $1, I'm thinking, or 50 cents. Then I have Gabriel. I'm a Brazilian. I'm watching your live, but I don't know how to speak. Well, no problem, Gabriel. Just write down, put it in the comments, and do hit the like button, guys. Make sure you subscribe, because this is our subscription jar. I'm gonna bring that up quick. There we go. So yeah, appreciate your support as we move forward. So alrighty, let's see, what do we have? So Dogecoin is at 0.055, right? So, and people who hold it, they're going to probably make more money as we go forward, right, in the long run. And we also have the possibility of the actual Dogecoin creator capping Dogecoin, right? So if if Dogecoin gets capped at, let's say, 150 billion coins, and that cap stays input, right, or maybe even 200 billion coins, what that means that before we reach a 1 trillion, let's say, market cap, right? So let's take a look at Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin is at about $930 billion market cap, right? So if Dogecoin actually goes to $1 trillion market cap, Dogecoin cap at 150 billion coins, for example, and a 930 or 940 market cap will send Dogecoin to $7 to $8 per coin. Okay, so we may not reach $60,000 worth of mark in Bitcoin, but if the creator caps it, right, we can go up to $7 or $8 in Dogecoin right here. Okay, so if your 5 cents per coin goes to $8 per coin, or $1, more than $1, you can do the math. So the idea is that Dogecoin is positioned at a perfect time. Okay, so it's not just for short-term gains, but definitely for long-term, and that's the goal for our community, for Dogecoin community, right, to really stick to it. And that's probably one of the reasons why Elon Musk is also pushing Dogecoin and supporting it day in and day out. For example, yesterday he tweeted, Doge all day, Doge all night. So just wanted to run the quick update on Dogecoin and see where things are moving and which direction we're actually moving to. So we're going to do a recap, of course, by the end of the week. Once again, I do a daily stream. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate the support, and hit the like button and keep those comments coming in. All right, so we talked about, of course, if you have not taken a look at my yesterday's stream about differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, I encourage you to go check that out too, so you understand more about the differences, the core differences between the two leading cryptos. All right, so an update I'd like to take a look at about Dogecoin that I wanted to share, and then we'll talk about the price again, because it has kind of stabilizes the 0.055, which is great, by the way, and it's been for the last week or so. So will Dogecoin ever hit $1 and go beyond that? Of course, is an important question when we talk about Dogecoin's price. So although Elon Musk and other celebrities like Gene Simmons, Snoop Dogg, and other celebrities have shown support for Dogecoin, and Doge climbing to $1, it could continue to climb, but oftentimes it'll fade away with these celebrities, for example, and the retail investors end up holding the bag at the end. So what's the goal, right? So if Dogecoin goes to $1 or even higher, right, we talked about the cap, this is going to drive the price of course up. So it has seen 1,000% return since just January. Okay, and so moving forward for the rest of the year, right? So if you're in for the long run, that's going to be huge. It's just going to be huge. So our goal as a community is to not only just earn that 1,000% in the last month and a half, but think about long term. And Doge could certainly climb, right? And that's what's happening. That's what we see. But the real advantage of Dogecoin is to be accepted by the community, accepted by companies, accepted by whether it's a small company or large companies. The more and more mainstream Dogecoin becomes, it's going to definitely drive the price up, and that's what we're hoping, and that's what we're looking at. So definitely would be long term. All right, let's check up some comments here. All right, what would it take for them to cap it? Yeah, it's a good question. We're going to take a look at that. I did a live stream, by the way, on how this strategy works on capping, so you might want to check that out. And I'm going to probably do another one that's important. I'm getting a lot of questions on Dogecoin being capped and what the repercussions are, and how much you buy Dogecoin from now. Well, Gabriel, I bought yesterday at 0.41, and I've opened multiple accounts, so you can see it. Even in Binance, I have about 22,000 Dogecoin sitting here, but of course in Robinhood and Kraken and other exchanges. Another thing I want to mention quick here: if you're buying cryptocurrency, a good thing is to have your own wallet. Okay, because most of these exchanges, they have their own wallets, but you want to be able to maintain your own wallet, whether it's software based or hardware wallet, right? Like Ledger Nano S, for example. You want to be able to maintain your own wallet structure, and that kind of helps because you want to make sure you have those keys with you all the time. All right, let's see what else we have in comments. What is the moon price benchmark versus to Mars? That's a great question. So right now we're just hoping if Dogecoin goes to the moon. Well, some of us think that it's going to be $1, but as I talked about the cap, if it actually if that process kind of works and it goes to end up capping, we may see $5, $6, or $7 even, right? So who knows? And that's exactly what we're moving towards. So even if you look at the actual Dogecoin price, right? So it's at 5, it's just going up even right now on the live chart, right? So if it's 5.558, that's where it is. So it's, and that's really what's happening with Dogecoin, because of so much, not just talk about it, but people are actually taking this currency, which started off as a joke, but seriously, okay? And companies are incorporating this payment structure. They're using Dogecoin, and Elon Musk is supporting it, quite openly with his yesterday's tweet. And other enterprise companies are also thinking about it. Mainstream banking industry, I know in Europe, for example, they're looking at incorporating digital currency into their banking system. So this is super exciting for Dogecoin. And look at the active price. It's just going 0.0559 and just going up, which is awesome. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the actual dip and then the climb. So this was the time yesterday when, in fact, we were live streaming as the price went down and we bought it, right? So a lot of the community and a lot of my subscribers also bought it, which was super exciting. And again, that's your personal decision. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do share my research and strategies as we move forward. So yeah, hit the like button, guys. I appreciate your support. Make sure you get those comments in. I'm gonna see what else is on there. Dogecoin to, let's see, $1.50 tonight. That's gonna be super exciting if that happens, guys. If it goes to $1.50, it could happen. We just don't know, but of course our goal is long term. So if you're holding your portfolio and you're moving with your portfolio as you move forward, the goal is to maintain the average low costs, right? So you buy low and then you hold and just kind of see where things are moving. So in this channel, the reason why I created this channel is to bring you latest updates, news, and forecasts, so we make informed decisions. So make sure you hit the bell notifications and do subscribe so you get the latest news. Everything comes up, and that's because Dogecoin is, of course, as you can all tell, all of my videos are on Dogecoin, and this is something that I research almost 24/7. I'm onto things, and I like this coin. This currency is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's gonna be the next Bitcoin. It's gonna go at least follow Bitcoin's strategy, and that's the reason why people like Elon Musk and other individuals or organizations are taking a look at Dogecoin as being the people's crypto. And that's what is going to drive the price up. Okay, so if you want to specialize in Dogecoin, if you want any information about Dogecoin, this is the channel. So make sure you get that subscribe button, right, and hit the bell notification, because this is one of the cryptocurrencies that I actively research almost 24/7. And just recently, just to give that away, we're petitioning for Amazon to accept Dogecoin, right? So if you go to change.org or just Google search it, we have over 100,000 petitions to Amazon. Well, whether it's going to happen or not, we don't know. But here's the long-term scenario, right? Cryptocurrencies are going to stay. They are the future of currency, and people are going to be using it whether or not they do it now. Okay, just like Bitcoin. All right. So when Bitcoin, initial years of Bitcoin, people were very skeptic. People said, well, not gonna work, it's not gonna go up. And look at, Bitcoin being one of the leading mainstream, cryptocurrencies. And if you look at the video yesterday that I posted where I talked about the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, you will see, the actual two leading cryptocurrencies and where they stand and what the purpose is. All right, so let's see, go back to our comments. Keep those comments coming. Let's see. All right, what do we have? So, all right, cool. Just hear a lot of to the moon, but no benchmarks. Well, yeah, well, the way I see benchmarks, for example, with Dogecoin is look at the price now. So if you look at the chart, it's at, 0.55, right? Or it's actually 0.56, it's going up, right? But averaging out for the last week, it's steady at 0.55, okay? And that's really what the benchmark has been for the last, few days or prior few days. So, and with cryptocurrencies, this is exactly how it kind of works, okay? This is how Bitcoin was back in those days. So if you were the early adopters of Bitcoin, like myself, this is what it is. So you'll see it go back up, go down, but to me, the benchmark is definitely at 0.55, which I've been observing for the last week. And even if you were to note this down, you'll see the price stay at 0.55. And if it does, for let's say the next few days, with minor corrections and going up at the same time, but if that's the average price, well, that's where the benchmark is set. Unless, of course, there's a huge market correction or whatever it is. And there was yesterday, right? And we saw that Dogecoin even held a firm ground. It didn't go below 0.42, even though, Bitcoin dropped from 58,000 to almost 49,000. Okay. So this definitely has its own strength. And that's what I've been observing for the last, couple of months, observing daily Dogecoin, okay? And that's why I came up with this particular channel, Invest Desk, which will bring you latest updates on